IG Defense Briefing. Rebranded and reinvigorated. Fire for fire.
Good day, fellow Southern Cameroonians, Amazonians. Today, na Saturday, 18th of February 2023. I come this morning. Now, when I begin Gabonese, I come live from home front. I want to salute all our brave fighters, our field masters, generals, commanders, colonels, and foot soldiers who will fight so hard for defend Amazonia from the house of these criminals. When Mr. Paul Biya Bill Vondo, Bartholomew, Hitler, the terrorists, it is send them for kill or picking them, rape or picking them on our houses inside Amazonia. I come this morning where we don't see some video where they circulate on social media from Equinox television where a certain fighter they call himself a grandpa for a win. It is talk for inside DDR. Fellow Amazonia, make the one be a strange thing for we Amazonia. We don't see all this mafia and all this cabal and the network of French Cameroon and the civilian cabal when they declare the war on our people. We don't remember send Nambere and all the criminals where they plan them among we where they go for DDR and some of them they don't run away from DDR and so they define means for run means in a day. Fellow Amazonians, when I see this very grandpa from Awing, where he don't go give himself for DDR, he will then an agent among we the fighters where he walk now for make them the key people that are picking them for inside this struggle. When I remember what General A4, Queen Mother, and some other fighters they will be murdered for inside La Republic where they want to carry on a deadly mission for that area. When this same grandpa, he will send them for La Republic. Where it is show, say grandpa, he will then an agent inside we as we will fight for independence for Saudi Cameroon. So fellow Amazonians, I come this morning. I want to assure our population. I want to assure Amazonians and I tell the international communities that Saudi Cameroon is not for sale, and Saudi Cameroon is a state where we fight a base. Now our historical fact, I must fight until one man standing, nothing more, nothing less. We now give French Cameroon any second chance as we don't carry gun for fight against our enemy. Now Mr. Pobek declare war on Amazonians. We at Saudi Cameroonians, Amazonians will defend ourselves. I will defend our national territory. So fellow Amazonians, make we know say the days of apartheid when Nelson Mandela he be there for prison for 27 years. There were some black South Africans where they be happy with the apartheid regime. Those were the agents where they work for the apartheid regime. The same for Taliban. When I say when Taliban they fight for their right for 21 years. After America withdraw its troops, so many Talibans, about 50,000, they evacuate Afghanistan and surround them. They be executed because they been a black leg behind the American government for kill the Talibans. So Amazonians, inside Saudi Cameroon of independence, we get so many of those people where they are around we, where they so intelligent and they happy with the Yaoundé regime for the key are picking them. So if we see the kind of thing when it happened, French Cameroon they do it best and they do it best with the agent them for keep Saudi Cameroon in slavery. But I want to tell Yaoundé, so the days ahead are deadly, and Saudi Cameroonians we go fight until one man standing. No way. When La Republic they go take back this country for that one, and they assure our people. When I see how they kill Martinez Zogo, that journalist from the Betty Bulu Fang, when I say young people them blog wrote, when I say they don't arrest so many top government officials, put them for prison, according to them, now window dressing. Fellow Amazonians, they kill our own picking for here. Wazizi from Munya, they bury him for mass grave. French Cameroon, they don't care. Even the president for Southern Cameroon, or they call us Anglophone journalist, Kamaset, they poison you for that very murder for Wazizi. When I say Saudi Cameroonians, we not get no value. We not get no value for French Cameroon. They regard we like second-class citizens. According to them, they own this land. But God forbid, say these demons will continue anything to do with them. So make you know, say what you have about grandpa for a wing. Now a plan act for some of them where they decide, say they want to work with the enemy. But Saudi Cameroon is here to stay. Amazonia must be liberated. Nothing more, nothing less. And they advise all Amazonians.
Fellow Amazonians, in the name of all our ancestors in this struggle, in the name of the Right Honorable Augustine Ngomjoa, in the name of His Excellency, Dr. John Gufoncha, in the name of our great honorable comrade, Molanjo Litumbe, I came to announce to you that the times are crucial. The hope of this great man, the hope of all these great men is in our hands, and we cannot fail. That is why I'm inviting you in their name this Saturday, the 25th of February 2023, to our grand launching of a national draft, the federal government draft 2023. It will take place from 8 p.m. Amazonia time. I want to invite all members of government from all tiers, from local government, county, and central government, the IHR, the departments of state, the presidency, the treasury, ABC, and all those involved working for this government, all our sympathizers and financial warriors. If there is a draft that will make a difference in all our struggle to actualize our restored independence, this is it. The draft of Saturday, the 25th of February, is the federal government draft hosted by the Savannah Zone. All county and local government officials in all the counties that make up this zone, this is your event to host. You are hosting the federal government in your zone. And what the federal government has in mind for your zone needs you, needs your participation, needs your massive participation. We must not fail. This is the draft for acceleration. If you want us to accelerate the work in your zone, in your area, and work as partners with you, come out en masse and give us the means. Let's draft on Saturday a draft that sends a clear message to our doubters, to our enemies, and our lovers that we mean business. Amazonia is free. Thank you very much as you share this message, as you encourage everyone. And those of you who want to participate anonymously, do so. The one thing we must not do is give up or stay aloof and watch while the enemy is massacring our people. If you are against genocide, there are two things you can do. It's either or. You either stop the killer or you arm the victim. Two. And we have to do this. And we need you. We need your resources. Whether you are from anywhere, whether you are anywhere right now, even if you are on the home front, we welcome your participation and sacrifice. God bless you. Amazonia is free. Thank you.
Welcome to yet another of the IG Defense Briefing, 25th February, last Saturday of the month of February. It's been a hectic week faith televiewers who have always been with us, who are always with us. I want to say welcome to our faithful host, the technicians behind the desk. I want to also say welcome to all our faithful sharers, all those who, when we come up, they share on WhatsApp, they share on other platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube. I want to say welcome and thank you. Yeah, today is another day with a great panelist, with a great panel. They will be on in a couple of seconds. Our main topic today is who owns the land. We had actions from all over Amazonia. But our defense Commander Kenneth will be highlighting on, while Commander Combat will be talking about is it grandpa of Awing, whether he was a fighter or not. Commander Fombat will be clearing us on that. And our SOS will be talking today on the sham, the attack on innocent civilians today in Boya. SOS will be highlighting, will be telling the people the official stand of the government, what the government has to say on what happened in Boya today. We know Mount Cameroon Race, so-called, is an illegal activity in Amazonia. But we are going to hear what is the stand of the interim government through the SOS for Defense. Welcome once again to our SOS for opening. We have I think 30 minutes because there is draft for Savannah zone coming up shortly after this, so we have to be very fast and very, very, very straight to the point. So SOS, you have the mic, please. You just introduce yourself first. We go to Commander Kenneth and then Fombat before we take our topics for the day. You're welcome, SOS for Defense.
Thank you, Comrade Paul. I want to thank all Amazonians for tuning in again yet to another military briefing. Today we have a lot of issues that are going to be addressed, and we've had so many phone calls regarding the circumstances that happened in Boya regarding the La République Mount Cameroon race. We will address the stance of this interim government regarding that issue. I'm just going to hold it at this point here and get the other panelists introduced, and we're going to go into this as soon as we can. Thank you.
You're welcome, Defense. The mic is yours.
Yeah, thank you once more, Comrade Paul. And I want to welcome all our televiewers from around the globe. I want to welcome especially those from the home front who are tuned into this program, and those are the people I know are committed to our cause, and they want to hear what we've got to say with regards to the activities on the ground. And for those that are international viewers, I know there are some of them from international organizations that are really interested in in listening to what we are up to at this time. And we believe there are some from the enemy's camp who might be listening in on us. We want to welcome all of them. We'll be giving you nothing and we'll be telling you nothing and nothing but the truth with what is happening on the home front. And I want to take this opportunity also to thank our technical bench for the great work they've been doing. And let's ride on as the program carries on. Thank you, Comrade Paul.
Okay, you're welcome. And Comrade, you have the mic.
Yeah, thank you. I'm privileged again to sit on this platform with our SOS, Dr. Zamar, Commander Kenneth, able spokesman for the ANSC. One thing I want to do is just to say kudos to the ARF on the home front for putting up a tough resistance. Yes, Amazonia, we have risen and will never fall. The president said one thing we should never do is give up. and that we will not give up. Thank you very much.
As I don't know, this is
this Boya issue.
It's a very
It's
crucial
a very
issue.
crucial
That
issue.
we
That we
begin
are
with it, go for
begin with
action,
it, go for action.
on ground zero. I don't know if it will be okay if we begin so that you clear the air and we talk about it, and then we proceed with the actions of the week from Homefront.
Correct, but we should go first. Should I go first or the SOS?
Yeah, I'm asking. I just want to get his opinion. SOS. Are you getting me?
Yes, Comrade Kenneth, you go ahead with your items.
Presentation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then, Comrade Kenneth, you go ahead.
Yeah, thank you and welcome once more. Let me first let me first start by thanking our ARS on the home front. They've been doing a very good job. They've been doing a formidable job. And to those of the ANSC, I want to thank the commanders in the ANSC because the team that was put in place, they're delivering on all fronts. And from what I've heard, being in that situation room, there is more action to come. Yeah, I think you can just put on that video, Comrade Paddy, and those on our technical bench. We need the video. So for the action on the home front this week, let me just give you the situation report. We had, this is what happened in Bui. We had one of our commanders, one of our brigades in Bui, they attacked the La Republic convoy, took out one of their armored personnel carriers. We could see some of the parts that are scattered around the place. And from our investigations or from the intel we got is that a lot of them were sent back in their body bags. This is consistent with what we've been telling our people on the home front, that no matter what happens, we will not give up this fight. We will take this fight to the enemy for as long as it takes. Our land, we are not compromising our land. The Bui warriors, they are standing up. They are doing what is necessary. They are doing what is needed to push these people away. They are brilliant fighters. They are well trained. They know what they are doing. They are on their terrain. They are on their turf. They cannot be defeated. We have made it known to the enemy. Let them pack and leave. They have no place on our territory. That was from Bui. And next, I will like to take us to BLM. I don't know. Those if our technical team, if they have, yeah, okay. That was probably on the 20th. I think that was the 23rd. 22nd, I think 23rd or 24th. That was in BLM. We saw, just like we have been consistent in saying that our fighters are all over the place. They are in the cities, they are in the bushes, they are everywhere. And they are ready to take on this enemy. The spirit of BLM has been rejuvenated. The fighters there, they are up to the task. Look at what is happening. They are out there, they're watching these people, taking them out. That was a clear shot. You could see the others taking to their heels, running and hiding in the bushes. This is what we've said. Pack your bags and leave. If you don't want to leave our territory in a body bag, pack your bag and leave. We are consistent. This ANSC is consistent. We promise to deliver and we are delivering. There is nothing short of that. We will do that till the end of this year. Or as long as it takes. We are not going to give up on this fight. Never, never. So, for that particular action, that move, we could see BLM is up. All over the territory, we know the fighters are doing their job. It is rather unfortunate that because of maybe the poor network they have down there, we cannot get all of the images, or we could not get we could not get to those of them in some of the areas whereby most of the action took place. I will, the last point where action also took place, that was at the station, that is Old Town, the police station at Old Town. Yeah, okay, let me just analyze this. This was just in line with, this is just what happened in the BLM. That was the La Republic helicopter. After what the attack, the explosion, the IED that they launched on the terrorist, the helicopter came in and to pick up their dead bodies. So that's how we continue with this our forces, they continue with what they are doing. That's how they continuously send those guys back in the body bags. We have told them, these helicopters will be making several rounds to Amazonia this year. It will be consistent. We will keep on with what we are doing. We have told the enemy, and we are telling the Amazonian people, we are here to deliver. The draft is around insofar as our coffers, we have what we need in our coffers. This house, the ANC will continue to deliver. We will not let the Amazonian people down. We promise to do that. We are doing that. We have been consistent, and you people continue to see the action. The action will be continuous. From here, let's go to what happened in Old Town, Bamenda. So our ARF, they attacked the police station at Old Town with an ID, and we heard that there were several casualties. And it was rather unfortunate. We heard that there were some of our civilians that were within the vicinity, within that area, and some of them sustained some injuries. We want to continuously tell our civilians, please, please, please keep away from where these terrorists are, no matter the environment. If you see them, it happened last time when our ARS from Mezam, they were targeting some terrorists that were on a car. We saw what happened. Somebody just moved in on a bike. Please, we want to tell our civilian population, when these people are around, they are our targets. They are the ones occupying our territory. We don't need them there. Stay clear of these people. Don't even go close to them. Stay clear of them. They've been using our people as human shields. And they will always pretend to come around where our people, you people don't take your own 2 foot to walk close to where they are. So for now, Comrade Paul, maybe I'll have something to say. I'll bring that up later on. Let me hand over the phone to the next speaker on the panel. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Commander Kenneth. I think we got all videos playing. Thank you, our Chief of Station, for the wonderful work you're doing with us. Yes, SOS, we cannot go to the next topic without you making a comment on the actions of the week.
I just want to inform our viewers that when we show these videos, it's not like a video game that we are going ahead doing here. These are actual people being killed in a war situation. We do not enjoy doing what's done, but we must do it because it's an existential war. We are being persecuted. We are being killed. Children are killed. Young women are killed. Our citizens are killed. So we do not, I don't want to say we and our ARFs are not doing this because we like to. We have to. So we are asking all our citizens, wherever you see the enemy, please stay clear of that area because they are clear targets. We will do everything to target solely the military. It is the viewpoint of this IG that we do not target civilians. Be they civilians of the enemy country. That's not our target. They are not our target, and civilians will never be our target in this war. We are targeting, and we try our utmost best to target military targets. Sometimes there are collateral damages, and those affect our citizens. Yes, there will be collateral damages, but those things are mitigated to a point where we try to bring them to a small minority population as possible. If it happens, it's not a deliberate issue. So for those, the war is everywhere in the territory, everywhere in Amazonia. So in case you don't see a video, it doesn't mean that there's no war going on. Please, I'm telling our ARFs, your priority is not to take videos. Your priority is not being a videographer in a crime, in a situation of war. You are doing your work and moving on. Let La Republic report about it. If they don't report about it, that's their business. But we will get that information out there. Our job is to limit the damage to our people, and our job is to do that in a manner that's consistent with international rules of engagement at war. And finally, our goal is to send you back to your barracks and to your camps safely. We don't want to expose you to any danger in terms of you taking a videograph of what any attack that's been done. Until we reach a stage where we can have drones that will pick up these pictures in the air while you're going on, we will get you to give us videos only when you absolutely have to and absolutely clear that there's no danger to you or the people around. So with that said, I'll put on to the next Panelist, please.
Panelist, please.
Yes, Comrade Formbach, you know you must always chip in something
Before
we go to the main issue of the day.
Yeah, I will just fall in line. Thank Commander Kenneth for the perfect presentation, but we forgot one action that happened today on the 23rd in Mutengene. I think that video, it did not come on screen. The La Republique terrorist control checkpoint. There was an explosive that was planted there, and I think that video should have been in the house. The technical team can present that video. Thank you, SOS, for really analyzing and putting it straight to our people and putting it straight to the world. What is there to say is just like the SOS has said. The primary aim of the ARF is not to target. We are not after civilians. We are after the terrorist thugs that are invading, burning our communities. So the ARFs, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic, absolutely well, and we continue to hail you and we'll keep standing for you. This interim government will continue to stand for you and stand with you in the days, in the rainy days and in the sunny days. We have not forgotten our trajectory, where we came from, for how long we have been on this route. So we should not allow any devil to come in between us. We are marching as one man to Boya. Thank you very much.
Video
Over
for
to
the
you.
Mutengene video. Yes, I said
let me just say this.
the Mutengene video.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
Kenneth.
Comrade Formbach has reported on that. We think we asked them to. I think I talked to our comrades on the technical bench to keep that video out for a reason. So thank you. Let's march on.
Thank you very much. Like I want to say, please, it's a point of warning, reiterating what SOS said. Military, please, you distance yourself away from them because they'll always want to use you as a human shield. And sometimes when they are targeted and we succeed, we always have you civilians, innocent civilians, as collateral damage, which we don't want that. So when you see a vehicle, when you see a military man patrolling anywhere, please make sure you give a distance because you don't know what next will happen. Yeah, SOS, we go straight to the banned Mount Cameroon race organized by a foreign country in our land. We had a lot of events there today. Please, what is the take? What is the stand of the interim government to the happenings of Boya today?
We have stated on all the activities that have been organized by the La République du Cameroun, be the African Nations Cup or the mountain races over the years, that it's tantamount to an assault to our territory. And we're asking every visitor who's coming there that they are coming there at their own risk. We will not be able to protect them. La République government is not going to be able to protect them. Today, what happened in Boya is really an assault on our people, an assault that has been relentless from the part of La République. Before this mountain race started, we had a lot of reports from their security operatives in Boya, in Amazonia in its entirety, saying that, oh, there will be people who are coming to kill people. If they were that certain of their intelligence, and Boya was hugely or largely militarized, there's no way that people could have been able to plant this bomb, short of La République putting those bombs where they are. La République and probably its proxies do all this atrocity to brand us as a terrorist organization. We are doing our best, and we do the best that we can to be able to mitigate civilian casualties. There was no civilian, there was no military person that was in that vicinity, but as such, as what has always been the role of La Republique is to do the same thing that they did in Bamenda 3 or 4 years ago, and they would detonate bombs and say, oh, the Amazonian people did that. We are not saying that this issue is isolated. It's not isolated. It's in the grand scheme of things where they want to separate our fighters from our population that supports us. We are telling our citizens in Amazonia that there is no good reason that we will shoot at them. Even if they were to march in their thousands like they do sometimes in February 11, we did not go ahead and attack them because we know all our citizens are forced at gunpoint. And at any given time when you are taken up as a hostage, the first thing we tell people to do is to do whatever the hostage taker asks you to do. We are not going to go after our citizens in those circumstances. And we know because we know they are not doing all those in their own willpower. And as such, we are telling citizens to stay out of the way. It's very detrimental to you to go to activities that are being run by the Republic of Cameroon to showcase the fact that there's normalcy in our area, that they've claimed that they've won the war, they are all dancing around. Well, I want to tell our fighters, dance on them. Dance on their graves as much as you can. But remember, our civilians and our citizens of the other country in our land should never be targeted. That's never been a target and will never should be. And I hope our soldiers are listening to this because those are literally crimes. We are not going to behave like the barbarians from Yaoundé. They've always done that, and we are never going to do. We are quite a different set of people. We have a different nature. We have a different upbringing and a different culture. And I hope our people should own up to that and stay firm to that principle, no matter how antagonistic these people are.
Yeah, I will not make any comment without going straight to Commander Fombat, who I think is in charge of FACO, who has laid down the groundwork of FACO, everything, the know-how, everything about FACO. We always look up to Fombat. Commander Fombat, the IG is not responsible. We need your voice in this issue.
Just like the SOS has said, and keep repeating, that our main target is not our people, because we cannot be fighting for our people and attacking the same people. This issue, this trend of event is been on a repeated scale in FACO. We are just from mourning what happened at CDC, where La Republique has opened fire on CDC workers. And this is the same trajectory. That's why we keep telling our people that these people you see, you call them your brothers. They are not your brothers. They are merely using you to achieve an objective. And the only thing they are doing is trying to make sure that the international community tag our boys as terrorists. That is all they are trying to do. They are doing everything by the books to make sure to help the international community to tag our resistance movement, our independence quests as terrorism. That's why you see their activists, when these events like this happen, their activists will pick them up and propagate it, and there is a narrative that has been given to all of them. Let our people know. And also, this comes as a warning, but is it a warning too late? No, it is never too late. We will keep sounding the bell, making the noise, talking to our people. Yesterday, I made a forceful live show late at night, and some people watched it, and I thought that they would have taken an advice from what I brought, because we have understood La Republique, their modus operandi, since this war was declared. And so, the people of FACO, they should be very, very mindful of any gathering organization called by these invaders from La Republique of Cameroon. Because it may sound good, the intention may sound good, but there is always an evil plot behind it. So be cautious, remain vigilant at all times. never relent your guard for yourself. Our ARFs have distanced themselves from this act. Let it be clear and taken note of. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we see some of the casualties on the screen. A little baby. We wish you quick recovery. Commander Kenneth, you know,
Yeah.
we cannot go leave this particular topic without hearing from you from the ANSC.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Paul, once more. You know, it is rather unfortunate that the enemy is trying to do everything to attack us as terrorists. You know, we saw it with Samsoya. We saw it with what they did with Garbo. We saw it with Florence Ayafo. We've been seeing all what they've been doing out there, trying to do everything to attack us as terrorists. This particular action is no different. You know, they manned the streets. They had their soldiers, their terrorist soldiers on all of those streets. We have seen events, maybe some other events, those that they are trying to enforce on our people. Prior to those events, we've always seen a lot of their military going around, sleeping on the streets. How can we explain, or how can they explain to the world that they were along those same streets for an event that they were organizing as an international event, and such a thing should happen? How can they explain that? We watched it. They were there. We literally saw their cars and their bikes. They drive by, and then all of a sudden, boom, just where we had the athletes. Who can explain that? They are cops. They police and so on. They drove by, and by the time the athletes got there, we had the explosions go off. Not once, not twice, on several occasions. But none of them, I repeat, targeted the cops. So would have been in that position to do that when they had the whole security, they had the streets to themselves for all this time. Who could have sneaked in? It was virtually impossible. It is virtually impossible. So from the look of things, La República is at it again. They have targeted innocent civilians, and on this particular aspect, want to tell those that came out, those that were injured, that we sympathize with them. Our government, this particular branch of the ANSC, we sympathize with them. We wish them all a quick recovery, and we want to pass this message to our people. You know, we've been on several occasions, we'll be sending out the message to them that they should stay away from any of these events, any events organized by the terrorist regime in Yaoundé. The reason is not, we've been sending out that message, not because we don't love our people going out there to have a good time. No, it is because we cannot guarantee their security. We truly love our people. We want them to stay safe. We want them to stay out of harm's way. When they go out there and they fall prey or victim into some of these, what La Republic is doing, we feel for them. We feel for them. Just like in this occasion. You know, we are helpless. There's nothing we can do at this particular time to help them. We sit here, we watch them. In hospitals, we look at little babies that we harmed. All we can do is, please, let the enemy leave our territory and let us govern our people. They cannot do it better than us. We love our people better than them. And whatever they are doing to tag us as terrorists, it will not work. It will not work. So once more, from the ANSC and this government, we are sympathizing with those that were caught in that particular explosions. And for those that came from, maybe because we saw some of them were from out of Amazonia, even out of the La Republic, somewhere from Gabon. We had international athletes. For those that found themselves, that were caught in the line of fire, we want to tell them that we wish them all a quick recovery and a safe journey back to where they came from. Thank you so much. I'll hand over the microphone.
Yeah, it is in this same light that we are also reminding the international community that this is the world most abandoned crisis. For the past 5 to 6 years, there have been war going on, a serious war going on between La République de Cameroon and the Ambazonian Restoration Forces of former Southern Cameroons, now Ambazonia. Let the international community know that things like this will be happening. Things like this will be happening because La République, as usual, will always want to use the civilians to go against, to poison the minds of our civilians against our restoration forces. So these are things that the international community should take into consideration and step in with immediate effect. The president, the other day in his speech, called on Canada, I think Canada and Swiss, and then America as the what, as America as like the godfather of the talks, the negotiation talks. So let the international community know that this is the trail of La République. They did it in Garbu, they did it in Kumba, they did it in Bali. It is their handwork. It is their trademark. We hear some spoilers already going out, making noise up and down La République. Now, the irony is that if you look at where the streets of Boya have been heavily militarized for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and if you look at where these things detonated, just beside the road, with high level of civilian concentration, the ARF, just like what the SS have said, our ARFs don't target civilians. The military, they knew where these things were planted. That is why it did not touch any of them. Because normally, if it was planted by us, we will plant it where the militaries are stationed. Just like in Fontaine, I think 6 of them or 7 of them went down on that particular explosion. And this is how we target them. And when we succeed, it sends a message to Yaoundé. Who owns the land? SOS, can you briefly tell us who owns the land?
They should be the ones answering that question. We know who owns the land. We know the people of Ambazonia own the land. We know this IG and the ARFs own the land. The ARFs are sitting out there expending their lives for those of us to live. There are some of them that we may not be able to find them tomorrow because they've been caught in battle, they've been killed in battle. They are sacrificing themselves for a lot of us to live a life that is expected of a free people. So you cannot say, oh, we cannot sit and see them being murdered by the day and blame some person and blame President Sako that, oh, he let these people be killed. No, that's not an issue. We want to learn from history. The Jews were killed in their numbers. We spent 50, say 100 years still apologizing. The Rwandans were killed. The Armenians were killed in their large numbers. The people in Kenya were killed in large numbers. In Namibia, and the Makizas, we are hearing they're talking about the people in the western province of Cameroon. They are apologizing to them. We want all of you in Ambazonia, every single child in Ambazonia, every single child of Ambazonia, drop of blood should be able to contribute to this war. Do your effort, contribute your part, do what you must do to save your own people. There is no sense to be the only one in a land with very few people. Remember, once they are killing us, they are transplanting us to their areas. They are moving into the areas that they are vacating, and that's a policy. We see that all over. We see what's happening in between the Israelis and the Palestinians. We see what's happening between the Fulanis and the Igbos in Nigeria. Once they displace you from your locality, they move in. And where will it be? We will never be at home anywhere if we are not where we were born. Our home is home. We are asking all our donors who are backtracked, who had backslided 2 years ago when Mr. Ano came up with his bogus kind of charges and never did anything with it, couldn't show a proof, an iota of proof for 2 or 3 years. We are back getting our people in order. We want you to come back into the seat. You want to ask yourself, who is the driver of your own bus? You have to have a steady hand driving that bus. Dr. Sako is doing that. We are making the enemy bleed. We are making the enemy bleed in a large manner in terms that we are getting them to cry. They have a lot of issues. We are banning food to go to their territory. We need money to enforce all these bans. We need money for our soldiers to be prepared to defend. They cannot defend without money. War is money. It will make some of us to be bankrupt, but we'll be better off. So let's put our hand in our pocket, get what these soldiers need, and let's face the enemy. The enemy is bleeding. The enemy is, they are bleeding all. We don't want them to have any source of refinancing. We don't want them to have any source of recapturing their strength. They are really bleeding, and we want to push them off the cliff. They are right at the top. They're just about to slip over. Please do your contribution. Take the most part you can do. Do whatever you can. If every Amazonian does what they can, this will not be a long war. And you ask yourself, how long is too long? I say not too long. That's where it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SOS. Comrade Fombard, within the week, we saw the miserable so-called grandpa of Awin, whom we know have stopped fighting, I think, over 2 or 3 years ago. His last action was somehow 2 or 3 years ago, if I can clearly remember. And we saw him in one of his, La Republique manipulations, saying he has handed himself over to DDR. What do we know? Well, I don't want us to make him relevant, but what do you have to say about that charade by a once vibrant soldier who laid down his arm 2 years ago and is coming out today, just like Godi of Kwakwa, who after 2 years of not fighting, handed himself to La Republique in the name of surrender and was making all sorts of noise. Me, who know him personally, I was just laughing because he stopped fighting, I think, 2 years prior to his handing over. So what do we have to say about Grandpa of Bali? It is not Grandpa of Bali. It is Grandpa of Awin. We have two Grandpa, the one in Awin and the one in Bali. The one in Bali, we saw, I think 2 days ago, his camp was attacked. But the one of Awin has surrendered after physically putting down his weapon 2 years ago. Yes, Commander Fombard. Commander Fombard, did you get me?
Can you get me now?
Yes, I can get you 505.
Yes, I can get you 505. Yeah.
Thank you. So what I'm trying to say, or what I'm saying, not trying to, is that we make some of these guys to be relevant. And I don't think I don't think Godi. Rather, what we should do is trying to see the manipulation of La Republique, how La Republique is using some of these boys to manipulate the others. Because it is fact, just like you have mentioned, Grandpa of Awin, and Awin is in Santa. That guy has been working with and for La Republique for quite a while. He has orchestrated the killing of dozens of our ERFs. Grandpa of Awin is noted. Grandpa of Awin is, as we speak, has already decked a 2-story building, his personal building. That is for information for the, and these boys on the ground. You see, these guys who go and hand themselves to La Republique, if you look critically, if you trace their track record, you will see that they have been working with La Republique behind the scenes. It is a connection. They have been working with the enemy behind the scenes. They have been killing their own brothers behind the scene or setting them up to be killed by La République. These are the canker worms that we have nursed in our terrain for too long. And God be so kind that some of them, they will expose themselves. And when they are going in for is because La République wants to pass a message. La République want to use them as a propaganda tool to promote the DDR that is being created everywhere in Ambazonia. This is this is the agenda of La République. There is no genuine fighter. I mean, no genuine Ambazonian restoration force on the ground that would deliberately go and hand themselves to La République.
Yeah.
Look at the track record of Nambere. Look at the track record of Nambere. Nambere went to La République thinking that he was going to milk from the cow that everyone is milking from. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way he thought. And so he's a living testimony now. You see, any fighter who has carried a gun against the so-called state, and then you want to go to DDR, especially with the case of La République that we know, France, these barbarians, they are simply feeding you for a Christmas slaughter period. Factual. So let our fighters on the ground, the genuine ones, know, and don't be convinced or deceived by this propaganda that we see on social media. It's good that some of them know, and some of them are actually telling the story. Some of them are actually telling the story. If you call them, they will tell you, they will narrate you the history of where Grandpa started and where Grandpa has ended. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like you rightly said, no genuine fighter will surrender after seeing what Nambere, and up to today, I still will not trust Nambere. Once you betray your people, what Nambere did to me personally, to my late father's house, there's no way I can reconcile that with Nambere. Never any reason trust Nambere or even want to even have any communication with him. When I see some irrelevant people who want to make views and make themselves relevant, hosting a traitor of that magnitude, a man who has killed fighter, Nambere has killed us. There is nothing Nambere can talk. The only thing that Nambere owes Ambazonia is a sincere, down on your knees apology while we wait for Boya. Because until we get to Boya, Nambere is still a pain to us. Did you know how many fighters Nambere killed in Meme? And you, somebody who calls himself a leader, who hosts Nambere on a TV show. Some people are shameless on the face of this earth. I cannot imagine somebody who betrayed his people, somebody who not only betrayed but killed our soldiers. Soldiers we labored and worked to groom them because he collected. He mocked at us when he was in Yaoundé. He laughed at us. He called us all sorts of names. Follow some of us personally. And you host him in the name of what? What credible information can Nambere give? What credible information? Don't you think he has been sent again by La République to infiltrate our ranks in the name of repentance? Fellow Ambazonians, we say birds of the same feather, they flock together. A word to a wise is sufficient. Yes, SOS. What comment do you make as SOS for defense on defecting? On, I don't know how do, we are not making him irrelevant, but we need to talk on issues like that. What comment do you have to make on this issue of Grandpa or whatsoever?
Grandpa did what he did for himself. He didn't do anything for Amazonia. And if we are following international standards of treason, traitors, he knows exactly what awaits him. He understands he's treated with the devil and there's no coming back. La Republique is not going to relent. La Republique will kill him, or La Republique will take him into battlefield and expose him to be killed. That's just the methods how they use these people who retire into the DDR. The DDR is a decommissioning outfit by La Republique to decommission soldiers who were fighting and put them back into civic lives. These people will never be going back anywhere. They are in an open air prison. They will either be dead or stay there forever. Let me not say they will either be dead. They will surely be dead because they are taking them back to the fields to show where they were fighting and to show methods that they were trained to do to fight the enemy of La Republique. But unfortunately, they will also be targeted because I'm sure we're telling our soldiers they should be the very first one to be targeted. If they have a bullet, that's the first bullet they should, or the last one, that's the person they should be looking for. We are not going to accept the fact that you take our equipment, take our money, and give it to the enemy. You are literally emptying our treasury to the enemy. We are not going to accept that. But so far as you are in the DDR, you are safe. But remember, when we find you in the battlefield, we are asking our people to be very, very conscious of the fact that you don't change. We know who you are. We know how you look. It doesn't matter how you come back disguised as whatever. These people die all the time. They are killed in battle all the time, which is pitiful because these individuals, regarding certain weaknesses in their personalities, they've decided to opt out of war. I don't blame them. You can surrender in any war. But La Republique is not the enemy to surrender to because you have summary executions and all that they do. So for citizens who are going back to join La Republique to fight us, well, if you're wearing the uniform of the enemy, you are an enemy. So we are not going to relent. We are not going to stop this war. La Republique started this war. They will have to stop it, or we will fight. We continue to fight, and our citizens are going to be fighting. And as I said, we do not fight wars without money. For all of you who have been contributing all this while, ask yourself again, have you done enough? Have you done enough? Are your parents comfortable if they are not somewhere in Yaoundé? Why are they in Yaoundé? They will kill them in Yaoundé like they've been killing a lot of people, of our citizens in Yaoundé and in Sangbalima, in Ebolowa and in Betwa. Caskets come back to the northern zone and to the southern zone, Savannah and all those areas every single day coming back from East Cameroon. So we have to make our people to understand that this war is a war of attrition, and that attrition, it doesn't only end in the battlefield. In the cities where our people think that they are safe, our people get killed. There was somebody who was just lynched in Melen in Yaoundé for no apparent reason, just because he was an Amazonian. So we want to tell our citizens, where you are and you're thinking that you are safe, you cannot be safe, because what animal does the lion attack? And the lion always attacks an animal that's weak, an animal that's out of the herd. And a lion cannot attack in a herd because it holds itself, because it's worried too it could be killed. So once you are out there alone, you are just a good enough target for people who are mad that their family has been killed as a military in Bamenda or in Boya or in Victoria, in Mutengene, in all those areas. So they come back and what do? They vent. They are not civilized. They are not emotionally matured enough to manage the fact that the soldier decided to go to battle, and that's the war, that's the job they decided, and that job entails death. It's just like working in a chemical plant and you have cancer and you wonder, why did you have cancer? Those things are inherent risk in the job. And soldiers die. They die because others have to live because they die. And that's why we are saying, these soldiers of ours, we should not let them die in vain. Put your money where your mouth is, or shut up. Put your money where your mouth is, like I tell all our Ambazonians. Don't say, oh, this person hasn't done this. Oh, Muna did this. Do you know how long it took in 1950s to fly from Ambazonia to the UN? It's not like 8 hours today or 12 hours. Those things took time. So let's not blame the old people. Ask yourself, what have you done? Have you done enough? And I think that's where we're going to be diving into in the next draft that's coming up this year. This draft is an absolute, it's an imperative for all Ambazonians to be able to do that, because you're doing your part to protect homeland. There are many of you who have your investments back home in Ambazonia. You want it to survive, but you don't want to maintain it. It's like you have a farm, you planted the tomatoes, you don't want to water it. How is that going to grow? It's going to wither up. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to start attacking properties. That is not the goal of this interim government with all the ARFs that are involved. Our goal is asking for you to do your fair share. We don't want people to go after and start kidnapping like other outfits, like the ADFs and all the other people who are kidnapping citizens to fund whatever they are funding. We are out for the citizens, and it's a just return. It's a return on investment. If you've got a peaceful mind, you can go on vacation and have a good time and come back wherever you are. But remember, home is home, because we are not at home. No matter how long we've lived abroad, it's never home. It's never will be comfortable like home. The food will never taste like home's food, and all the things that comes around. So let's do our part and hope that this year is a year of no return to the status quo. We are gone, and it should stay that way. Ambazonia is a free land. It will stay that way, and it will only stay if you fight to maintain that independence. And I hope everybody joins today to do their part in that contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SOS. I think we'll be rounding up. We are already 1 hour above, and I see the Vice President already sharing the link for the meeting. We'll get a round-up statement first from Comrade Fombad, Comrade Kenneth, on the draft and the importance of the draft for the Savannah zone. Maybe you can chip in on the days ahead, what we are expecting as an analyst. The Kenneth, and then the SOS who round up. Yes, Commander Fombad, you have the mic.
Once more, we're talking about this issue of Chris Anu bringing a traitor, a betrayer like Nambere to a show. You look at Chris Anu, he's very desperate. He's a very, very desperate man, as you see now, because he has realized that he has completely lost the fight in all capacity. He has lost this popular support from our people. He knows that he's barely left to himself, shadow of himself. And the only thing he is doing now is to bring people who can help him to discourage the fighters on the ground. You cannot bring somebody on your TV and you know very well what atrocities this guy has committed to the people. How he has worked tirelessly with his regime against your own people. That is the agenda. Everyone that Chris Anu is bringing now on his platform has something negative to say that would discourage one fighter on the ground or one person that is supporting financially.
Yeah,
he's doing everything to delay this struggle, draw the international community away from us, and give La République a pass mark. That is the agenda of Chris Anu as we speak. So anyone that is following Chris Anu, still listening to Chris Anu, you are listening on the way to your grave or on the way to give up the support that you have for your people. You are doing so at your own detriment. Don't say, had I known. For the draft, Ambazonian people, We have spoken yesterday lengthily about this draft. We all expect the ANSC is up and running. The boys on the ground, the boys and girls on the ground, the mothers and fathers, they are up and their expectations are very high. We all know what Gokutunja Bui is presently doing. DMC. We all know what these valiant soldiers are doing. And we know the expectations, how the other LGS and county in the savannah expect from us. So it is our responsibility. It is not a plea. We are not coming here to beg somebody to do their job. It is a collective responsibility for all of us, because as I said, and I will always say, when we get to Boya, we will all present ourselves with facts as to what we have done so far during the struggle. Financial commitments, not only talking on social media, financial commitments will be involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commander Fombat. Commander Kenneth, the mic is yours. Run up, and then the SOS will give us the.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Paul, and thanks. I want to thank our televiewers once more for being there. I think before I go on, I would like to talk about the issue, and then there's something which we've been, we're looking for all this while. We had when this particular ANSC started, the president and the SOS Frank, they did a formidable job to bring in, to reform the ANSC. They got rid of those that were in there, those coopers, those that were planted there to derail our struggle. Those people were kicked off that forum, and we had committed commanders in that forum. And they have been consistent in what they are doing. If we look at from the start of this year, we've been here every time and again reporting on actions from the home front. We want to tell our people that if there is any time for us to rally around this interim government and to seek for more action, that time is now. Those who want to see more action on the home front, please back it up with your wallets. Come in there, do everything you can to draft bigly, because we are promising you people that with what you people will give us, is what you people will get from the home front. Because there might be people that are there demanding action and are not willing to back it up. Please, whoever is coming, we are pleading on with all our people, all Amazonians, come in and draft. We have seen particularly, let me just say, what the people in Bui, Gokitunja, and to a larger extent, from some other parts of Amazonia, what they've been doing this year. It is our place to come in with that support, the necessary support that they need to push this fight ahead. It is an existential fight. We cannot allow the enemy to have his way in our territory. It will not happen. It will not happen. They are still, we are still working on several other fronts to make sure that we reignite, the firepower that we have all over the territory. And in the days ahead, Amazonians will see that it is a federal draft, which means what we are doing will be going directly into the federal coffers, and that will be followed up with action on the home front. Before I go off, I want to talk about the situation in Bui. Bui is in a situation of maximum alert. We understand that these terrorists were brought in their numbers. They are still hiding around in the bushes. We know that our fighters, our ARFs, they are up to the task, but they need the support of our people to get the necessary tools to stand up to these terrorists. It is our place to rally around and make sure that we give them those tools. We've been in a state of maximum alert. We also have Gokutunja. We want to inform the ARFs in Gokutunja that they should continue to stand strong and rally around their leadership. We know that they have been doing a good job. We just want them to continue in that respect and rally around the leadership they've got there. More is expected from them. And we know that the people who will be drafting today and in the months ahead will be giving them what is needed for them to go against the enemy. These people can never have their way. Never. They will never. We are up to the task. The NSC is up to the task. And we know for sure that the ARFs, they will be up to the task. They will deliver. Let's not forget, and I repeat this point again, we had our SOS, Comrade Frank, Comrade Claude, and the rest of them that were taken. They were picked up because of our cause. Whatever is happening, let's increase the firepower so that by the time they come back to us, they will just come and do what they were doing best. So I want to thank you so much, Comrade Paul, and thank all those who have participated in this program today. The microphone is yours, SOS.
Yeah, SOS, the mic is yours.
Well, thanks everybody for participating in this presentation. We are looking forward to everyone who was watching this program to migrate into the to the draft that's coming up this evening. Like I've said earlier, we cannot fight a war without money. They say there are three things that are needed in a war. You need the equipment, you need the blood, and you need money. You need the money. We need the money to use it to fill that equation. And you are the link between our success or our failure. And that failure is not an option. Failure is not an option because failure is tantamount to all of us being executed by La Republique. And we see that every single day what they do. They execute our citizens. So it doesn't matter where you are. You may leave from Europe, from America, China, and go back to Amazonia, and you are parading with your nice car, nice drinks, and going around. You are never branded as an individual. You are branded as an Amazonian. So from the mere fact that you were born in that land, you have a scarlet letter written behind the back of your head, and all of us are targets. There's none of us who is free. And let's remember that as long as our people are not free, we are not free, because we know there are people who suffer post-traumatic stress disorder out of the battlefield just because their family members are in battle. We have all our family members who are fighting this war. Please don't let them down. I'm asking for you to do the best you can. We do not take no pledges. No pledges can pay for a war. A piece of paper cannot pay for a bullet. We can use your money. You can give us dollars, pounds, real, rupees. Give us anything you have. It's convertible. We will be able to get the equipment for us for our fighters, and we'll be able to hold the La Republique in check. We've held them now for 7 years. They said they gave us 2 weeks. Oh, 7 years. If we divide that by 2 weeks, it's a long time. And we are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. By the day, they will march back through the barracks in Matazem, through the bridge to Mongo, and go back to East Cameroon like they came in. They will be going back in the night. They will not do that during the day. Like all thieves, they will never do that during the day. So let's keep our watch. Let's do what we have to do. And I count on everybody who's a viewer of this program, everybody who's a viewer and supporter of the IG, everybody who's a supporter of our troops, anybody who thinks they are an Amazonian, please do your part. Thank you.
Thank you very much, SOS Zama. Thank you, televiewers of ABC Amber Television. Thank you, faithful viewers, faithful sharers of the IG Defense Briefing. Please, most importantly, share this program in your WhatsApp groups. Share it on home front. Share it amongst your contacts so that more will view and be enlightened on the defense issues of the week or the actions that took place in the past week. Thank you, Paddy. Thank you, Undersecretary Oben. Thank you, Papa Commando, for all your steadfastness in the production of our great program. Thank you, our faithful panelists who are always there every Saturday. We have promised Amazonians we will be consistent. We will always be there no matter what. If you don't see one, you will see two. If you don't see two, you will see three. Thank you all. Thank you, Vice President, Comrade Eric Ate, for your effort to see that the draft for today, for the Savannah Zone, goes on smooth, clean, and clear. Now we are advising, we are calling on all those who are watching on us, please. The link has been shared on, I think Kemi Ashu has shared the link of the Zoom. ABC will be shared the link. Please click and you enter draft. This is the only option. We don't have any other choice. We have just one. Draft for your freedom. Till next week, Saturday.
Yeah. Let me add one thing, comrade. I think let nobody be scared. Let nobody be scared that they will be chased for contributing to fund a terrorist group. We are not a terrorist group. No country in the world has branded this IG and the ARLs of Amazonia as a terrorist group. So do your part in clean conscience, with no fear. With no fear. Even people like Hezbollah, they get support. So what about us who are just defending? We are defending. We haven't carried out an attack in Yaoundé. The fact that we haven't done that, it doesn't mean that we can't do it. But we are still in a defensive mode. We are trying to prevent our people from being killed. Until that time comes, we will teach Yaoundé the lesson that they will learn, and we'll reach Yaoundé when that time comes. But as it is right now, let's take care of our own backyard. Let's take care of our neighbors. Let's take care of our fathers and mothers and sisters, and especially the ARFs. With their equipment, they will not be wounded. So
thank you very much.
Do the best we can. Thank you.
Thank you. So nothing is expected from us, not better, not good, but the best. Until next Saturday, we remain.
Fellow Amazonians, in the name of all our ancestors in this struggle, in the name of the Right Honorable Augustine Ngomjoa, in the name of His Excellency Dr. John Gufoncha, in the name of our great Honorable Comrade Molanjo Litumbe, I came to announce to you that the times are crucial. The hope of this great man, the hope of all these great men is in our hands, and we cannot fail. That is why I'm inviting you in their name this Saturday, the 25th of February 2023, to our grand launching of a national draft, the federal government draft 2023. It will take place from 8 p.m. Amazonia time. I want to invite all members of government from all tiers, from local government, county, and central government, the IHR, the departments of state, the presidency, the treasury, ABC, and all those involved working for this government, all our sympathizers and financial warriors. If there is a draft that will make a difference in all our struggle, to actualize our restored independence, this is it. The draft of Saturday, the 25th of February, is the federal government draft hosted by the Savannah Zone. All county and local government officials in all the counties that make up this zone, this is your event to host. You are hosting the federal government in your zone. And what the federal government has in mind for your zone needs you, needs your participation, needs your massive participation. We must not fail. This is the draft for acceleration. If you want us to accelerate the work in your zone, in your area, and work as partners with you, come out en masse and give us the means. Let's draft on Saturday a draft that sends a clear message to our doubters, to our enemies, and our lovers that we mean business. Amazonia is free. Thank you very much as you share this message, as you encourage everyone. And those of you who want to participate anonymously, do so. The one thing we must not do is give up or stay aloof and watch while the enemy is massacring our people. If you are against genocide, there are two things you can do. It's either or. You either stop the killer or you arm the victim. Two. And we have to do this. And we need you. We need your resources. Whether you are from anywhere, whether you are anywhere right now, even if you are in the home front, we welcome your participation and sacrifice. God bless you. Amazonia is free. Thank you.